Hey, look, I just need you to stop treating me that way.
I live by the golden rule. I'm your host, Eric Brown, and with me, Mr. Mike Jones.
Hey, what's up?
What is up, man? I love this topic.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Y'all better strap in and listen with the intent to be influenced because we about to push up against what Mama and Pawpaw taught you.
The golden rule says, treat me the way you want me to treat you.
Exactly.
That is the rule to live by, right, Mr.
No,
Jones?
it is not.
Come
It is
on,
not.
man.
So first of all, let me just say this.
Sure.
My grandmother and my mother taught this golden rule. I mean, day after day after day. I mean, we spent a lot of time in church down here, man. I grew up down south, and in church, there was something in the Bible called the golden rule. Treat me or treat others the way you want them to treat you. However, I have learned that is not a good rule to live by. As a result of the coaching that I've done, the experiences that I've had in my life, I do not, I say, Mr. Brown, once again, I do not want to live by the golden rule.
Yeah, but the golden rule says, lift me up the way you would want to be lifted up. I mean, that's a good thing. That's what I was taught anyways.
Yeah, it sounds noble. It does, Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
It sounds absolutely noble. However, let's take it a step further.
Okay.
In a lot of the coaching that I have done over the 30 plus years that I have been doing this work, I have met people that have low self-esteem, who do not feel that they deserve to be treated with respect. I have met people through my coaching and through my interactions with human beings that have absolutely not felt worthy of being loved. And if those individuals were treating me the way that they wanted to be treated, I absolutely do not want to get on board with that.
Got it. So what is the alternative then? I mean, if someone with low self-worth treats themselves a certain way, I wouldn't want to be treated that way. What would you suggest I tell people which rule to follow based on how I would like to be treated?
Yeah, so let's just take it a little deeper before we go there real quick, Eric.
Yeah.
First of all, if you were to take a moment to do an audit of the people in your life,
okay,
you would learn what I have learned along my journey, that there are people out there in abusive relationships where they are being physically, mentally, or spiritually abused, and they feel that they do not deserve to be treated any different. In fact, I have had people that were in physically abusive relationships that said to me that it was an indication to them that the person loved them because they would take the time to absolutely care enough about them that they would be physically abusive to them because of the things that they were doing in their life. So I'm saying to you, Mr. Brown, I don't want to be treated like that. So don't treat me the way you want to be treated if you want to be treated like that. So I am absolutely not on board with the golden rule. I am presenting to you today a different rule that I would encourage you to embrace. So please listen with the intent to be influenced. I want to introduce to you the platinum rule. The platinum rule says, treat me the way I want to be treated. I want to be treated with respect. I want to be treated with love. I believe that I deserve respect. I believe that I deserve to be loved. I want to be treated absolutely in such a way that I know and you know that I have value, that I am bringing value to the relationship, that I have something to give. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. So treat me the way I want to be treated. And the only way that you're going to know how the people in your life want to be treated is you're going to have to take the time to ask them. If you are assuming that you know how to treat them, then you are absolutely living by the golden rule. The only way for you to truly effectively live by the platinum rule, you have got to take the time to be respectful enough of that individual to ask them how they want to be treated.
Oh man, I feel like a bit of an idiot because just recently I had a colleague that I made wait in a car for like 3 hours. It was the most disrespectful thing that I could have done. And clearly I was not doing the platinum rule in that instance. I mean, 100%.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, Eric, in that particular instance, because I know of this situation,
Yeah.
you weren't living by the golden rule either,
No.
because you wouldn't want somebody to treat you like that.
Hell
In
no.
fact, I know that you would not have allowed somebody to treat you like that.
No, for sure. So I get that, you know, some people are in these abusive relationships, or they may want that and think that that's the way to be treated. But why would we ever treat someone like that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me, even if they wanted that.
Yeah, I don't have the answer to that, Eric, because that's not the type of individual that I choose to be in my life. I wouldn't have somebody in my life that wanted to be treated disrespectfully, or that wanted to be abused. And many times these types of energies exist with people based on the way that they were raised. They may have been treated that way as they were being raised, and they see that as a form of love or respect from another human being. And they absolutely have a right to those feelings. However, I do not and will not allow that person to treat me the way that they choose to be treated. That may be a part of their BS. And those of y'all that know us, you know that BS in the context of this conversation means belief system. And they have a belief system that is how they want to be treated. They absolutely have a right to it. However, I do not want to be treated like that.
So Mike, I mean, the world I want to live in is that everyone honors the platinum rule. I mean, how do we get there where everyone is focused on that moving forward?
Well, I mean, right now we are introducing it to our listeners and the people that are watching our pod blast, and they have got to go out and spread this word that there is a rule called the platinum rule that is a whole lot more effective in the context of building effective relationships than the golden rule.
Yeah, we've got Apollo in the studio today, and he's obviously down to do the platinum rule, as he was barking there for sure.
For sure. So we always welcome Apollo in, but we also want to welcome you into this conversation and take a moment to identify for the people in your life how you want to be treated. Do not leave it for somebody else to figure out, or hope that they figure it out, or assume that they know how you want to be treated based on any factors that have occurred in your life. If you are not receiving the treatment from the people in your life that you want, not shame on them, shame on you. Because if you are allowing somebody to abuse you or misuse you, then you are the one person that has the power within that relationship to have that behavior change.
Yeah, so Mike, why don't we put this out there for our listeners and come up with the Discover Platinum Rule Challenge and have folks drop right into the comments what they're doing to live the platinum rule.
Yeah, and you know what I would suggest as well, Eric, is maybe as you're thinking through how you want to be treated, drop a note and say to us, as you're saying to yourself, as you think about this is how I want to be treated. This is my platinum rule. So own it and absolutely establish the way that you want to be treated.
Yeah, so you heard it here first. It's not the golden rule to live by, y'all. It's the platinum rule. Treat me the way I want to be treated and treat you the way you want to be treated.
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you what that platinum rule is, baby. It's out there on that edge. And if you're not living your life on the edge, you're probably living by the golden rule. So you're taking up far too much room if that is the choice that you have made.
Here we go now.